3 things that helps you to purchase your first home with ease.
We love helping people all the time, and if all 3 of these things are not in order, we will definitely tell you what you need to do or guide you to the right people who can help you with all 3. But basically, what you want to do for the big 3 pictures is finances, get your financial house in order, get your needs in order, and your objective needs in order, and your desires, your wants in order. If you have all those things in order, we are going to be 100% ready to get that home super easy.
Exactly. Therefore, the first thing that we really wanted to talk about is really your finance. No? Mm-hmm. The first important things, of course, everywhere that you go is your credit score. Mm-hmm. But we wanted to deep dive in your second important factor, which is your debt to income ratio. No?
Right. Really, this is just how much debt you already have. We have videos on credit, we have credit cards, we have videos on student loans, and we have videos on car payments. Those are 3 important and major areas of debt people have when they come to buying a home. If you have any or all of these 3, that does not mean you cannot buy a home. Just so we are clear, there's so many people out there will tell you don't buy a home if you have these debts. That's not true. You should be buying a home. I'll give you the argument for it later, but really, let's talk about lenders. Lenders like you to have what?
Therefore, lenders really, when they talk to you, they're talking about front end and back end debt to income ratio. Front end is dedicated to your housing expenses like rent, and back end goes with any personal loan, debt, student loan, and auto loan that you have. As my wife wanted to mention, what do you wanted to mention here?
There are many financial advisors out there who tell you don't spend more than 36% of your income on a house, but that's not true in all cases, and I wouldn't follow that advice unless you're already in a financial situation to where that advice makes sense because you're trying to invest most of your money into like the stock market or your investment, but that's not everybody, and that's not a hard and fast rule for everybody, especially if you have student loans. I had student loans. I could still buy a house. If you had car payment, you can still buy a house. So those rules are not hard and fast for everybody.
Exactly. But when you're talking to any lenders mm-hmm. and they looking for you for example, qualified mortgage category like FHA, conventional, or USDA, they really want you to be really between 43 to 46% for the debt to income ratio.
Which means you can still buy a house. And now there's a lot of people, and if you are VA, you can go up to 50% with the loan. That's something of a VA benefit that the rest of the country does not have. So that debt can be a little nicer with the VA. But I really wanted to talk about, there's a lot of financial advisors who will even go even further than what I said with 36. They will say stick to 28%. But that's not a hard and fast rule. If you're in the top tier already, of course you want to spend 28% and you want to be stable. You're already stable financially. But however, if you're younger, you have these debts. You expect your income to grow in the future. Mm-hmm. You also need a house to live in when you become unable to work. Now, it can be a smart move to buy a home, and I wouldn't follow the people who advise who give you the 28% rule, the 36% rule, all of those things. You decide your future. You decide what it is that you need. And if the house is in that need category, then it is time to buy a home.
Exactly. Therefore, really here, the take out is the point that you, from the annualcreditreport.com, you can every year free, you can see your credit score, and also most of the banks now, like a Chase, Wells Fargo, they have the app that you can monitor your pretty much your credit every day, every time, you know?
Right.
And then there are also mortgage calculator online that you can definitely calculate that to income ratio.
We use NerdWallet, just as one that we're not getting paid to show you. There's another one, Smart Asset, NerdWallet. There's plenty of them out there.
Bankrate, all of those websites, definitely you can go put all of your income, which is before taxes, and then all of your debt that we said front and end, and then calculate that.
And here's something else I want to kind of throw out there too. Yes, you have to manage your debt. You have to take control of your debt. If you have a car loan, you have a student loan, you have all of these things, credit card debt. Your debt is going to limit how much you can buy, but it is not a barrier to home buying. In fact, anybody who tells you that you shouldn't buy a home is keeping you away from the one thing that will provide you financial stability, that is an asset to your future and your growth. So I don't recommend you wait. I mean, if you have one thing to handle and it can be handled in a year or two, handle it. But I'm not telling you to wait forever. I'm saying wait when it makes sense for you is when it makes sense for you, because a financial asset is always a good thing to have in your portfolio, in your life, in your house. And a house is an asset.
Yes. And then definitely looking at the managing your existing debt. And we have the videos, different videos about how you can purchase home with a certain student loan debt, credit card debt, and other kind of debt that you can have. You can see it and you can tell us what you think about it.
We have more to say about needs and wants. Before we get into that, we need to do our introduction.
Exactly.
So let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our Talent Podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Also, you call text all the time, 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. Don't be shy. Also, don't forget our buyer's guide and seller's guide in the description below. Whew, now let's talk about needs.
Exactly. Therefore, the second things that we wanted to talk about, like assessing your needs. After you straighten your financial situation,
or because of these needs, you have to straighten your financial situation.
Because of this, that you have these needs, like a importance of the basic needs for you and your loved one, like a number of the bathroom, garage, yard, backyard, anything, updated the kitchen.
No, that's nice.
That's nice.
No, that's nice, not a need. Understanding how many people are going to live in this house, how many bathrooms, how long is it to get to work, many people will come at me with need as a school district, that's fine. But understand, balance your budget with what your needs are. Because if you absolutely need this, because it's going to help you more in the future by having your own place, then it's time to buy a home. Exactly. And nothing else is going to stop there. Now, my husband went to right away that updated kitchen. Right? Because that's what he thinks is a need. But the truth is that's a want. Because you can update a kitchen
that's
yourself.
The wants. I got excited to share that with... But definitely my wife is right, because there's so many times that people call us, and when I ask them what do you want exactly, they say, I want 4 or 5 bedrooms. And it says, okay, the 4 or 5 bedroom really start from $350,000 home if you wanted to purchase home. Therefore, if you know your budgets and how much you wanted to pay monthly, that gives you the idea that you can basically shape your needs based on the budget that you have.
Your needs have to be something that you absolutely have to have.
Exactly.
They are not what you want. Wants are nice. Wants are what we can get around with. But if you have a need and owning a home is going to help you with that need, then it's time to buy a home. There's nothing in the world that's going to stop you from buying a home, because it's time to buy a home because you need it. And the next thing we want to talk about is wants, though. Wants are your nice to have. This is your updated kitchen, the home office, because you can make a home office in a small space anywhere, and you can use an outdated kitchen
or swimming pool. Many people, they like to have swimming pool in their house.
Right, but you have to, and you're allowed to have whatever desires you want. Exactly. They're your life and your desires. But just make sure that your needs outweigh your desires, and it doesn't stop you from getting what you need because you desire these other things.
Therefore, really, here is what we are talking about, the balancing of your ideal living space with the practical consideration.
That's exactly
what we are talking about.
And let's be practical. If you tell me I want 5 acres in the country, but you work in the city hospital in the middle of the city, how am I going to get that for you and you get to work on time every single day? I don't know. And do you have the budget for that? So there's a couple situations of your dream might not match your own needs. So you really have to break that down into what is going to work. And maybe one day you got the farm in the country that you've always dreamed of. I'm not against the farm. Buy your farm. But if your needs are you work at a certain spot and you have to be there at a certain time, then you have to be there at a certain time. That's a need.
Exactly.
Like I can't change those facts for you.
Now, after these three things that we wanted to talk about, now we wanted to give you like a practical tips for the home buyers.
Right, because a lot of people will tell us the last fear we get a lot is, oh, I can't afford maintenance on a home. But really, you can't afford maintenance on a home. It's typically 1 to 4%, depending on the type of home you buy. More likely 1. And a lot of time, homeowners are DIYers. If you want, paneled walls, you're going to put up the paneled walls by yourself. Because it's going to cost you money elsewise. If you don't want the rugs and the carpet, you're going to take the rugs out and put the other floors that you want in there yourself. Homeowners are typically DIY because they're in budget in mind. So don't think I can't have what I want. Just think, how can I make it happen? And so I wanted to leave with that. You can have anything you want. You can have the updated kitchen. You can even do it yourself. Much cheaper than you will spend tens of thousands of dollars to get new cabinets when you can do it yourself.
Exactly. And the whole decision-making scenario here is balancing financial capacity that you have with your personal needs and wants that helps you, that desire that you have manifest and the home, your dream home to purchase.
So we hope we helped you give some information and to make a well-formed decision, and not based on fear, but based on your needs, desires, and of course your financials.
And don't forget to call us at 252-327-3357 if you are thinking of buying or selling your home. We'd love to connect with you, and leave us a comment at our podcast or YouTube channel. We love to connect with you and hear your voice. Thank you.